Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, your majesty, inhabitants of the Delta Quadrant, welcome to the end of the world. I'm Deek Jackson and I'm already dead. Tonight, we deal with the topic of aliens, extraterrestrials, are we alone, and all that jizz. And to get us started, here on the End of the World show, we have a world, a galactic, a cosmic exclusive, the one and only real live alien interview ever.
In 2015, a top secret video was stolen from Area 51. This video contains the only verified footage of a real live alien ever taken. In it, the alien, called Mistract Findmark, explains in detail a 300-year conspiracy to terraform Earth, kill humanity, and take over our planet. Here is that video in full.
Yeah, so when we arrived in orbit 300 years ago or so, we hid behind the moon. Not that anybody would have been able to track us because we hadn't given you radar yet. Some of us shapeshifted into humans to infiltrate your societies, and others went around abducting people. That was just for kicks, really. I mean, you should see the look on a 17th century sheep herder's face when he looks out the window of a spaceship, dude. It was awesome. Priceless. Anywho, one of us became leader of the European Rothschilds, another the Pope, a few royalty here and there, yada yada yada. We let some guy in England invent the steam engine, kickstarting the Industrial Revolution, as you call it. What it really is a process of geoengineering your planet. Basically, we knew we had to get humanity to burn shit tons of CO2 for centuries, until the planet would be warm enough for us. Coal, that was a good start. British Empire spread industry around the world for us, but it wasn't enough. We started a few wars, which is great for industrial suicide, all that steel for cannon takes a shit ton of CO2 to make them. Literally, I'm not joking. Then we opened up America, and by the start of the 20th century, we were in a good place. It was time to turn up the heat. So we let humans discover oil as an energy source. Actually, that was my idea. I actually got a promotion for that, though as it happens, that's why I was in Roswell when the fucking ship went down. But that's another story. Yeah. So, the oil burning years, they were really, really good. CO2 really started to climb. We're aiming for 700 parts per million, but with the help of some methane release, it looks pretty good for 400 parts per million. That might be plenty. Post-war consumerism, that really pushed the curve. I mean, who could have predicted people would destroy their own planet buying shit they don't need with money they don't have to make rich people slightly richer? You people really are fucking stupid, you know that? So, by this time, our network of shapeshifters was everywhere. We took control of the Middle East, global banking, just to keep the ball rolling. Initially, we thought the green movement was going to be a problem, but it turned out everybody hates fucking hippies. Hey, go figure. By this time, we totally controlled any significant media, allowing us to manipulate any agenda or zeitgeist or movement of any kind. And it's thanks to us that the most likely troublemakers on Earth are thought to be conspiracy theorists. I get such a laugh whenever one of our news outlets does a piece about tinfoil hat-wearing UFO Illuminati retards. You couldn't make this shit up. Well, we did, and you totally believe it. I mean, think about it. What could be better than having you believe everything we're doing is the figment of somebody's imagination? I don't know. Perhaps the only thing funnier than that I can think of is if humans were fatally regassing their own atmosphere to buy shit they don't need with money they don't have, borrowed from people who have all the money anyway, just to make them a little bit richer, and we didn't exist. And there is no conspiracy, and it's just that you and your rulers are fucking stupid. Imagine that, dude. Anyway, so are we done yet? Because I'm meeting David Icke for a beer soon.
Imagine that, fatally regassing your own atmosphere. Yes, the only thing funnier than us imagining aliens would be us doing their deadly work for them and terraforming our own planet in a way which made it eventually more hospitable to them should they ever decide to come here. And we'll deal with that later. And So, for those of you unfamiliar with the premise of this show, the End of the World show deals with the fact that the planet's fucked, it's your fault and it's getting worse, and our rulers, the people who own this planet, the people who own everything of value, significance, and importance, they know the planet's fucked, and they don't mind that we're going to die. In fact, they're going to kill us by omission, ineptitude, or intention. And one of the reasons I make this show is to laugh at that, because I don't really give a fuck. There are many, many ways that this planet will ultimately end its benign, life-giving circumstances, and some of them involve us doing the job on ourselves. Others, the giant rock from space, catastrophic volcanic emissions from natural sources, they would be awful enough. But imagine if we did it to ourselves. Wouldn't that be great, eh? And so that's what this show is for, to laugh at the stupidity of humans as we attempt to eat our own legs whilst we run away from the problems we cause. Now, it's come to my attention from a few things people have said to me and comments I've received and other things that some people think I'm racist. I did a few things about Black Lives Matter, and I was somewhat unsympathetic to the Black Lives Matter movement because it's dumb as fuck. And for this reason, some people may have got the idea that I'm some sort of racist. And if there's any white supremacists tuning in or any racists out there watching this thinking, go Deek, you're so fucking wrong. I really don't give a fuck what color people are. And I certainly have no affinity for white people or pink people or polka dot people. No, I don't hate black people or brown people or yellow people or lemon people. What I hate more than anything else is dumb people. I hate stupid people a lot. And so, unfortunately, I've got plenty of material for my dummism. Is that a word? Dummism. I'm a dumbist. And if you're black and dumb and stupid, I don't like you. And if you're white and dumb and stupid, I don't like you. And if you're pink and dumb and stupid, I don't like you. But I have no prejudice, no bias for you simply being one color or another. And I think I ought to just make that plain before this show gets stacked with white supremacists or people wearing Confederate flag t-shirts. Shit like that. Just so you know, I'm not a white supremacist or a racist. I just hate stupid people. And so, what about the aliens? What about aliens? Are aliens potentially the end of our world? Could aliens come here like a kind of Independence Day film, a sort of B-movie science fiction disaster type scenario where aliens come here and they suck all the oceans up like that Tom Cruise film with his clone that marries his wife, or is it him that marries his wife? I forget. And does that seem realistic for aliens to come here for our resources? I don't think so, because if you can transcend the light speed problem of traveling across the galaxy, it seems unlikely you'd be short of water or a planet. If you've resolved one of the most significant problems of science and interstellar travel, i.e. light speed travel, and you can physically move mass faster than the speed of light from one place to the other, you don't need us. And we probably don't represent much of a barrier or challenge to you. I don't think the film would be very long, where they come here and pew, 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 and all that stuff. In fact, Independence Day, bit unrealistic, isn't it? Like their biggest weapon is some sort of downward firing squirty laser. That's the biggest weapon they've got. Man, the Death Star could blow your fucking planet up. They traveled all this way to piss on us with green laser? Really? and some fucking, Will Smith and the cable guy blow your ship up using a Dell laptop? Really? If that's the best the cosmos has got to offer, we're not in any danger at all. Now, in last week's show, I did some live memery, and we'll be doing some more live memery this week. But it came to my attention through comments I'd received that I was perhaps a little unkind, along with other people, to David Icke. And I thought that was unfair because I wasn't unkind to David Icke, but I will be now. David Icke is a moron. His stories are pish. His narrative is bollocks. And I'll tell you why. All right? I'm going to lay bare the biggest gaping hole in David Icke's story so you can tell other people as well. And anyone you meet who says, oh, David Icke says blah, 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 you can say, David Icke's a fucking moron from Deek. Okay? Here we go. This is why David Icke's a moron. Okay. You may have heard David Icke's shtick. It goes like this. We're all one, man. We're all cosmic vibrations. It's all love. Eternal love. Hey, check out my new big room, by the way. It's all love and eternal cosmic vibrations. We're all one in one giant holographic universe where we're all loving energy, vibrating oneness. With me so far? Okay. And now the killer bit. Except for those evil lizard people. They're bad, and we should fuck them up. Wait a minute. I'm confused. If we're all one in a loving vibrationary universe cosmic oneness, then aren't the lizard people in there as well? Oh, what's wrong with the lizard people? Don't they have a right to live and suck our brains out? Don't the shape-shifting reptilian fucktards who rule Earth, according to David Icke, have just as much right to live, thrive, and be happy? You know, the pursuit of happiness and all that jizz, don't they? And with that in mind, I should like to share with you the idea that maybe somewhere in a parallel universe, there's a planet of aliens and they have their own David Icke. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for David Icke Alien. Hi. Thank you very much. It's great to be here again. Tonight, I'd like to talk about something some people may find hard to believe, but it's of the utmost importance and goes to the heart of who and what really controls the world we live in. I'm here today to tell you an astounding tale. It's a story about extraterrestrial beings and the influence they have on our lives and our world. One of these alien races being the Homo sapien aliens, also known as reptilian hominoids or Earth people. Now, these aliens originate from the constellation Sol. They walk on two legs and appear reptilian. They are the same race of gods known as the Humanunaki in the babbling on creation myth. They were ancient astronauts who came here to take over and enslave us. But don't worry, because I have been contacted by spirit beings who not only gave me this information, but also told me I have been chosen to save the world and the lizard race. So, how is it that this takeover is happening? Well, the vast majority of us lizards suffer enslavement by these shape-shifting reptilians. After years of living inside our hollow planet, they are now both alien and natives of planet Reptile. They are the lizard royal families, reptilian aristocracy, global power brokers. This global elite controls the media, science, religion, the internet, all governments. And we are the sheeple. Sheeple lacking the consciousness to see the world for what it is. Lizard kind has been manipulated to become unconscious through the use of programming by media and politics. And the ruling class
the bankers, the royal family, have created the illusion of being separate ruling bodies when, in fact, there is a sacred bloodline that's been strategically kept intact for ages. It's a human bloodline, a bloodline of invasive, life-sucking reptilians. You see, quantum physics states our physical reality is a projection within our mind, and that at the most basic quantum level, the solidity of matter is false, existing as vibrations instead of atoms. When the light from matter reflects into our eyes, the cells pick up on the light and transmute the vibrations or waveforms into an image within. The lizard brain can only see an extremely limited spectrum of energy, and these reptilians and other beings exist in our universe, but they operate at a frequency just above what the lizard mind is able to detect. So there is now a secret world government, and this world government is called the Illuminati. They follow a religion that dates back to the beginning of civilization, called humanism. Humanists perform rituals of gratuitous sexual activities and even blood sacrifice. These extra-dimensional beings that the globalists worship stem from the constellation Sol. When thousands of years ago, the reptilians intervened on planet Earth and began interbreeding with us lizards. Not physically, you know, but rather through the manipulation of reptile DNA. Now, it's no coincidence that lizards have fundamental reptilian genetics inside our brains. So, what is the ultimate goal of these hybrid bloodlines? Well, it's nothing short of the establishment of a new world order. A new world order that's not the state our leaders try to present it as, with peace and freedom and democracy. No, the new world order is an Orwellian state, based around absolute control in which the population is maintained under 500 million. It takes away the power of the people, turning them into mindless robots who do the bidding of the fortunate ruling class. It's a one-world government that calls all the shots. This is what the hybrids want: power and control. Whatever the intention is behind its control structures, it's obvious it's not in harmony with the well-being of lizard kind or our planet. So, it's time for reptiles to get up off our knees. Time to take matters back into our own hands. It's time for us to raise our consciousness, increase our vibrational energy, and see through the matrix. It's time for us to embrace the love of all things, a love of all life, and accept our part as beings of light, all one with the cosmic oneness. Apart from the reptilians, of course. They're not part of the cosmic oneness. I'm not sure why, but believe me, they're not. We don't love them, and they're not part of it anyway. Right, well, so, there you have it then. Up off your knees, embrace the light, cosmic oneness, apart from the reptilians. Well, thanks for coming to the show. You can buy my book and DVD in the foyer, or sign up online for my newsletter, all about cosmic loveliness, excluding reptilians, of course. Good night, and thanks for coming to the show.
All right, there you have it. Apes are not part of the cosmic oneness on Alien Planet, and aliens are not part of the cosmic oneness on Ape Planet. Sorry, David, but it's just bollocks, and you should probably drop another acid or some acid and get yourself a better story. Okay, well, I'd like to thank Arnold Lane for bringing forward a moment that I had planned for later in the show called Any Questions, because I feel there's an opportunity here to play with the live streaming format and a live interactive audience that I haven't really plumbed the depths of. So, Arnold Lane asks, I feel like an agony aunt, concerned from Epping, My husband won't let me read his phone. Is there something suspicious going on? Arnold Lane asks, will you tell us why killing the planet in 100 million years is worse than killing it in a million years? Yes, because I'm here. Now, I know that seems a little selfish, but eventually, self-interest is a motivational drive in human beings. And it's one of the things that makes us get up in the morning and do the things we like. Now, when you hear somebody say, do something you like, or I'm doing the things I like, it may sound kind of trite or immaterial or like trivial, but it's not. It's fundamental. It's the pivot around which your very life turns. And I don't want to sound too bookish, but has anybody read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance? Anyone read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance? Because some of the things I'm going to say reference it. Now, if it were possible, to make the best beer in the world, everyone would drink it, wouldn't they? It would be the best beer in the world. But not everybody drinks the same beer, because everybody likes different beer. Well, not everybody, otherwise there'd be like nearly 8 billion kinds of beer on Earth, or a kind of beer for every individual. But that's not the case. People like different things, and what they're pursuing is their own quality of life. And in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, if anybody's familiar with the book, the author, Mr. Persig, pursues a question that he's asked irrationally and passionately and obsessively until it destroys him and he has a breakdown. And the question is, I hope you're teaching quality, Mr. Persig, because Mr. Persig is a teacher. And the question bothers him. What is quality? What is quality? Where will you find what you like? So the question, why is it killing the planet in 100 million years worse than killing it in a million years? Because I would like to enjoy my life on planet Earth without them killing the planet in front of me. Now that's kind of quality I'm interested in. It's not transferable. You may not be bothered. You may not know, in which case ignorance would be bliss. But we are searching all for our own quality, and it's not a competition. You're not wrong. You can't do it wrong. You can't be wrong about what you like. What you like is what you like, and that's what you like. And I'd like to address the language there. Why? Why is killing the planet in 100 million years worse than killing a planet in a million years? There was once a philosophy course at a university. I believe it was one of the big ones, Oxford or Cambridge. And the philosophy professor set a paper in the exam, and it went like this. When you opened the paper, there was a one-word question on the paper, and it said, why? ? And the examination allowed for, 5,000 word answer. Although the question, as it was put, didn't mandate anything at all. Why? ? So, people who wrote 5,000 words extolling the philosophical, benefits of the search for meaning and the quest for happiness and contentment and all that, they were marked for spelling and grammar. Down, exclusively. They received no positive marks for their argument at all. None. Every spelling and grammar mistake they made was one less point. And the people who wrote in answer to the question, why? The people who wrote, why not? ... They got 100%. Unless, of course, they spelled why not wrong. And so, I guess the answer to the question, why is it worse to kill the planet in 100 million years than in a million years, is because I don't like it. And this is my world that I am. There's another philosophical point here. Do you create the world that you live in, or does the world create itself inside you? And that raises a number of questions about your what it is that you are judging. Are you the master that makes the grass green? As in, could you be happy? Could you simply choose to be happy with anything? Since ultimately, you are the person, in some sense, who is creating the world, the universe, the cosmos, all of it is inside your head. But I don't believe that because my head's not that big. Honestly, it's not. I don't believe your head's that big either. I don't believe that you create the universe. I believe that you engage with a model of reality inside your head, which is, you know, given to you with the equipment that you possess. It's not a perfect model. It's not even very accurate. I mean, it doesn't involve ultraviolet light or infrared light. You know, our equipment's pretty pish, really. Our reality is akin to a dog looking through a keyhole at a small picture far away. That's the kind of reality we inhabit, people. Actual reality is a much bigger, more brightly coloured, wild ride than we're experiencing. All we're getting is some, edited highlights from our limited senses. And so I would not like the world to be destroyed while I'm here, although I accept some destruction is necessary to provide me with electric guitars, computers, and cold beer. But it seems excessive what we're up to at the moment, and so I don't like it. What is like? What is This is another philosophical question. Thank you, Arnold Lane, for opening the box of philosophy through which I will now rummage. I don't necessarily believe in good and evil. Anyone else believe in good and evil? I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's evil. I don't think the lizard people are evil. I actually do believe in a unity, an anima mundi. I do believe that we are all part of something. I'm not sure humans have figured out what that is yet. I think there's certainly a unifying field. Perhaps it's time, perhaps it's the moment, perhaps it's now. Because this moment, however indefinable and insubstantial and ethereal this moment exists everywhere. Now, the speed of light would be a barrier to you experiencing this moment somewhere else, but this moment does occur on the moon, on Alpha Centauri, on the Andromeda Galaxy. It occurs this moment, right now. This moment is occurring everywhere in the universe. And therefore, that would be the starting point for my sense of unity. We're all in the moment. And I like that thought. And I go on liking and not liking things based upon my own internal model of reality, which I have constructed with my poor equipment in an attempt to discern what is actually real and what is my own imagining. So, I believe most people are actually concerned with an aesthetic balance in their life, not an ethical. By that, I mean that most people are just going along determining that they like and or don't like things, and they call that good and bad. And sometimes they call it evil, because ultimately, there are some things which, broadly speaking, we could probably all agree are bad. Being punched in the nose, having your children kidnapped and murdered, having your government lock you up for months and ruin the economy on behalf of half a dozen people in the World Health Organizations whose names we'll never know. That kind of shit. I don't like that. Is it bad? Not in the cosmic sense, but it's bad. Okay? All right. Thanks, Arnold Lane. Anybody else? While we're here, anybody else got any point of discussion you'd like to raise before we get into some memery? Arnold Lane believes in nature and consciousness of good and bad within humans. I'm conscious when I'm drinking a warm beer. I'm conscious it's not cold enough. This beer is not cold enough. That's the kind of thing I'm conscious of. And I am aesthetically against, I don't like stupid people. I don't like people who are violent. But these are all just personal tastes. These are not universal laws of good and evil. Universal laws of good and evil do not exist. And nature doesn't give a fuck if bad things happen to you or if bad things are done to you by brain-eating aliens. Or in the case of the aliens, planet-destroying humans. Because you can bet that if we get to another planet, we will fuck it up and take your shit. Okay. Yeah, Lone Wolf, where is the golden spaceship we ordered? Well, Lone Wolf, I'm waiting on more donations. I've made a start. I have a look. Okay, I have a plan. I have some engineering drawings for the golden spaceship, but we need more money for the building of the giant ghost. Put your hand up to the screen now and send money for the golden spaceship, because verily, it may not be 100 million years, Arnold Lane, until this planet is destroyed. It may not be 100 years. Man, this planet could go poof anytime. Statistically speaking, we are due another rock from space any moment. Really, we are. And if that weren't good enough, so just while we're on the subject then, the end of the world, since the premise of the show is the end of the world, the planet's owners and rulers know this planet's fucked and they're going to let us all die so they can save themselves. And I should like to share with you now. Okay, on the subject of how fucked the planet is, this is one of my favorite websites. Okay, this is a website which shows how much ice there is at the North Pole. All right, and we are, let's see if I can just show you. Yeah, here we are. All right, there's July. Okay, so you can see where we are on the curve. Here we are, July the 11th. All right, and the line you're looking at is an average. That's the average I think it's 1980. It's about 2000. Yeah, it's about 2000. That's about the millennial average. That's what the ice cover at the North Pole was around the millennium. All right, and this dotted line represents the worst the ice has ever been. This dotted line is the worst year for ice ever. All right, and let's go 2013, 14, 15. All right, basically ice cover at the North Pole is getting less and less every year. And I'd like to just show you the ice cover right now. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. Check it out. You see the blue line there? That is the ice cover at the North Pole right now. Notice anything interesting? That's right. It's the lowest it has ever been. The lowest amount of ice there's ever been at the North Pole. Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you if you haven't... I get rid of him. Get rid of that. And bring that down. All right. Why is ice cover at the North Pole important? Because it reflects heat. And also it's cooling the ocean. And when we lose the ice, we will lose its reflective shielding capability and its cooling effect on the ocean. And that double whammy will lead to warmer oceans, less life, and bring us a step closer to the extinction of life on Earth due to the death of the ocean. And if you don't believe that shit can happen, all right, let me share with you this. Here's another window. All right, these are the reasons mass extinctions happen, okay? There have been 5 mass extinctions on Earth, and 4 of them, I think you can see there, have climate as a common denominator. Now, not every mass extinction was exclusively caused by climate change, but ocean chemistry and atmospheric chemistry, big part of it. Big, symptomatic, and fundamental part of mass extinctions are your ocean chemistry and your atmospheric chemistry. And as regular viewers of the show will know, we have fucked both of them. We have fucked both of our atmospheric and ocean chemistry rapidly. Now, these mass extinctions I've just shown you, they took hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of years. Millions of years these mass extinctions took as the ocean's chemistry and the atmospheric chemistry changed. We've changed ours in 100 years, people. It's like the difference between going fast along the road and driving off a cliff. Yeah? You think you can go fast on the quarter mile? Whoa, yeah, I got a big car. Yeah, I'm doing 150 miles an hour. See how fast we can go. Let's see how fast we can rush towards mass extinction when we drive off the edge of the cliff. I think it's pretty quick. And personally, for me, I like to think that's where we're headed. Not because I'm a catastrophist or a doom monger. I just like a good story. Man, it's going to be epic. It'll have to be. If you think the denouement of Independence Day was epic, you ain't seen nothing yet. To save our asses from this mass extinction event will take such enormous amounts of cooperation, innovation, and effort that it seems unlikely. Okay? It seems unlikely. All right. And so that's the climate news. What doesn't kill you doesn't make you stronger. It kills you later. Okay? Melting the ice at the North Pole, it doesn't kill you today. It kills you later. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. It doesn't take long, man. For the ocean to die and the food to run out, doesn't take long at all. Ask people who've starved to death. Do you know how long it takes to starve to death? About 3 weeks. That's it. You could all be gone in 3 weeks. Just turn the heat up. Boom. No rice, no corn, no maize, no bread, no burgers, no nachos, no tacos. That's it. You're all gone. Or at least the brown people are, We'll be all right. I'll be all right. The Queen goes on holiday in Scotland. I'll be fine. Speaking of the royals, okay, let's lighten the show a little.
Hello, I'm Prince Andrew. Randy Andy to my friends. Now, I'd like to make it perfectly clear that this girl is totally hot and I totally fucked her. She may or may not have been 17 at the time. I really can't remember. I was rather drunk at the time. My friend who forced her to do it and filmed me fucking her might know. He's got the tapes. Anyway, that's why me and Bill Clinton lobbied for him to get off lightly, even though he's a pimp and a sex slave trader. But hey, anyway, I'm at Davos this weekend urging entrepreneurs from around the world to come up with better ways of raping the planet for personal gain. Because, as you can imagine, I love that shit. Ho ho ho! Toodle pip! Ha ha ha!
All right, Prince Andrew is a whore-fucking liar. Sue me if I'm wrong. And Prince Harry is the bastard son of a captain in the army. Sue me if I'm wrong. The Queen is a Nazi-sympathising scumbag who owes us all a lot of money, Your Majesty. Sue me if I'm wrong, you cunts. The Andrew story and the Ghislaine Maxwell, the Epstein story. Epstein, who committed suicide in a heavily protected cell designed to stop people committing suicide. Do you know, if I was Jeffrey Epstein, I would have done that thing they do in the movies where they mail themselves a book with all the names of the people who might kill them. They'll mail it to the Washington Post or they mail it to the Los Angeles Times or something like that. Jeffrey Epstein obviously was stupid because if he got a load of rich, powerful people laid and he didn't stash those tapes somewhere really safe with a lawyer with instructions to broadcast these the night I commit suicide in a jail that's supposed to be safe from committing suicide, well, then you're stupid, Jeffrey. As well as being a pedo whorefucker. No offense to the people he whored out, by the way. I don't mean to denigrate them. Truly, they are victims of his Machiavellian, manipulative, and predatory ways. So anyway, with that in, let's do live memery. Okay, so here are this week's memes. I'll get you started, right? I've got 3 memes this week. Oh. Okay, so any advance on a meme for Prince Andrew, the whore fucking liar? No offense to the horse he fucked. All right, I'll give you a while to think about that. So there's Prince Andrew. All right, here's another meme. Okay, we all know who this is. Your suggestions, please. Okay. So we've got Prince Andrew, the whore fucking liar, and Sleepy Joe Biden. What's my middle name? Yeah, I'm giving you multiple choice. I am. I'm going to give you, you got Prince Andrew, you got Joe Biden, right? And here's the last one, my favorite this week. Okay. Running for president. Oh, that's too big for that. I need to lower my font size. Let's take the size down a little bit. What do you mean you can't see the memery? Oh, I got to share the window. Oh, excuse me. All right, here we go. All right. Oh man, that's not going to translate very well. Okay. All right. Meme number 1, Kanye West. Okay. We're getting there now, folks. Okay. Meme number 2, Prince Andrew. And meme number 3, Joe Biden. Now, I'm not asking you to vote on what your favorite is. I'm asking you to supply the text. Come on. There's got to be some funny wits out there. I've read your funny banter. There's some sharp minds out there. Come on, give us a meme. Okay, and while you're thinking about it, I will just sip on my tea. Yum, 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 yum. All right, and I'll get you started on Kanye West. Man, that's still too big. Yeah, man, the Kanye West window is just too big. All right. Let me see if I can do this. Like this. There we go. The mother of stupid is always pregnant. I like that. Lul Factory, you're not blocked. Got a pic of their faces. Lul Factory. What have you got, Lul Factory? Andrew fucked Kanye West in the ass, and well, Joe sucked him off. Well, enduring image, Lone Wolf, but not meme-sized nugget, that. My dick is stuck to my leg, Joe Biden. Kanye West was anti-racist. Well, duh. It's hard to imagine, well, a black person who doesn't like black people. Although, not really. Man, I don't like white people. I just don't like people. Does that make me racist? No. That makes me a misanthropist. All right. Well, okay. So you've had your memory then. I'm sure there's more in Joe Biden, all right? I am just sure there's more in Joe Biden. All right. I blame. I'm tripping on 200 UG of acid. Is that enough? Okay, let us do away with the memory and bring back me. What else did I have? I tell you what I'm going to share with you. Just because I like it. All right. This is a story. This is a consequence of the melting of the ice in Siberia. I like this story. So the ice is melting all over the northern hemisphere. It's melting a lot in Siberia. And as a result, lots of mammoths and ancient animal carcasses are being revealed by the melting ice. Now, the indigenous people of this region used to believe that these buried mammoths and other animals were sacred, denizens of the underworld, and they revered them. And they were very reluctant to dig them up and do anything with them. They were part of their religious beliefs and their spiritual narrative. And as the ice melted and more mammoths appeared, people started turning up to dig the mammoth's tusks out, because mammoth tusk is made of ivory and it's excluded from the ban on ivory around the world because they're already dead. They died a long time ago. And a mammoth's tusk's a fuckload of ivory, and it's worth a lot of money. And so I like this story because it's evidence of how religion can evolve. And your spirituality can certainly evolve. And so the indigenous people of this area have now said, all the mammoths belong to us. They're our cultural heritage. And they now collect them and dig them up and sell them for money. Which, I'm all for, since they are already dead. but I like how they managed to abandon their long-held religious belief for $1. I like that. Just saying. All right, and so... Right, now, before I go, okay, I would like to give a shout out for Count Dankula and for freedom of speech. Because Count Dankula, as some people will know, was prosecuted for making a series of videos, where he taught his dog Buddha to raise a paw, which looked a bit like a Nazi salute, every time he said, "Gas the Jews, Buddha." And I can say that because it's context. I can tell you what happened because the context is I'm telling you that he made his dog give Nazi salutes every time he said, "Gas the Jews, Buddha." "Gas the Jews, Buddha" is what he said, and every time he said, "Gas the Jews, Buddha," his dog gave a Nazi salute. See, I could say "Gas the Jews" while I'm telling this story as often as I like, because of context, and nothing will happen to me. I won't be prosecuted, and this video will remain on YouTube, which is odd because that was his defense. His defense was the context of what he was saying, and he prefaced all of his videos with, "I'm playing a joke on my girlfriend. She called her dog Buddha because she's a New Age hippie, and I thought the very worst thing that I could possibly do to make her New Age hippie dog less New Age hippie was make it into a Nazi dog. So I taught it to give a Nazi salute when I said, 'Gas the Jews.'" Context. He's making a joke. He doesn't want to gas the Jews. He's making a joke. That's context. And I can tell you that because it's the context that I'm telling you it in. And so, in support of Count Dankula and his continuing efforts to Buddha, Buddha, the god Buddha, not god, deity, I don't know, celebrity, I think is probably the truth of it. Buddha, the well-known celebrity from the Far East. And so, I should like to tell you a funny story about a South African friend of mine. He was playing cards with his friend Buddha. And he dropped his cards on the floor. They were playing cards and he dropped some cards on the floor. And my South African friend had dropped the 2 of spades, which in South Africa is called a deuce. The deuce. I believe it's called the deuce in many, many places. And he said to his friend Buddha, because he couldn't reach down on the floor because he was a bit disabled, so he asked his friend Buddha to reach down and give him the juice. He said, "Guess the juice, Buddha. Guess the juice. Guess the juice, Buddha. Guess the juice." And I thought I'd like to share that story with you. Guess the juice, Buddha. There you have it. And, before I go, since this show was about aliens, I am going to finish with a song after this. Hi, I'm Deek Jackson. I have good news and bad news about aliens and extraterrestrial life in our galaxy. The good news is they definitely exist. Absolutely certainly. And the bad news is, if they ever come here, they will slaughter us down to the last breeding pair, and the rest of the galaxy will throw them a fucking parade. Yes, they will. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's a fact that life is abundant and universal. We're not the exception. Billions of stars and billions of galaxies mean billions of habitable planets and billions of other life forms. It's a gold-plated, copper-bottom guarantee, according to the Drake equation, a mathematical formula used to calculate the likely number of intelligent life forms in our galaxy. There could be as many as 40 billion Earth-sized planets within the Milky Way galaxy. 11 billion of these planets may be orbiting sun-like stars. This implies the nearest planet in the habitable zone may be as little as 12 light years away. Nice. So, if we're not alone, why hasn't E.T. landed on the White House lawn or done a loop-the-loop over Christmas shoppers in Times Square? Why hasn't E.T. manifested any persistent evidence or experience of them here on Earth ever? Well, I'll tell you. 'Cause if you're an alien and you're smart enough to solve the problem of faster than light speed travel or subvert the material nature of the cosmic matrix, you are definitely smart enough to keep the fuck away from humans. Humans will fuck you up. We will. If we catch you, we'll anal probe you, not the other way around. In fact, if you've got any smarts at all, you will kill humans as quickly as possible from as far away as possible, without landing. In fact, I'm sure we've already been designated the North Korea of the fucking galaxy. I'll bet civilized galactic life is going on all over the Milky Way, but aliens never come to Earth in case they die horribly by contracting humanity. See, if humanity were a disease, it would be a mixture of Ebola, arse cancer, and smallpox. Humanity would infect you with eye contact. It's 100% fatal, and once you've caught it, you turn into a deranged, self-eating cannibal that bleeds acid, shits nuclear waste, and pisses political ideologies, just to annoy you. Furthermore, you remain infectious forever, even when you're dead. In fact, just looking at a dead human can make you want to form a monarchy, subjugate some people, exploit some natural resources, make up a religion, explore the unknown, discover things you never knew existed, and rape them in every orifice. Until your dick falls off or said alien planet is uninhabitable. If this happens, a typical human will eat their own dick and swear they meant to destroy the atmosphere, leading to mass extinction anyway. It's no wonder aliens are avoiding us. I'm not saying they've never been here, but the evidence is against it. I mean, after all the fake pictures, videos of flashing lights and abduction stories, there is not one single persistent experience of alien contact anywhere on Earth. No one can take you where E.T. is right now for you to meet him. Not one spaceship is still visible to a second observer anywhere ever. No physical evidence of aliens has ever been presented anywhere ever. No footage has ever been verified as real. In short, E.T. has stayed the fuck away from us. We're the plague ship of the galaxy, and the fact that none of the millions of other life forms in our galaxy have visited us is proof positive of intelligent life out there. Because only an alien, dumber, more ugly, more stupid, and more dangerous than us would ever come here. So, be afraid, humanity. Be very afraid. Because if we're not the worst life form in the galaxy, whatever that is, it's on its way here to kick ass and suck our brains out. Thanks. Have a nice weekend.
We have come to visit you in peace and with goodwill. It is no concern of ours how you run your own planet.
Are we the aliens of our own imagination? Our subconscious desire and longing to not be alone in the universe, made real in our thoughts, our dreams, and nightmares. Are we the aliens of our own imagination? If I was an alien who came from outer space, could you explain to me the behavior of your race? As you live lives of slavery, raking in the muck. Your rulers, they all laughing while they fucking your buck. It don't make sense. Unless you wanna fuck your planet up, exploit it for the rest of your life. Poison the earth, the air, and the sea. I was an alien, came from planet X, you are just experiments in my genetics. Maybe could have struck, they maybe get a shock. We left you here in paradise, you turned it into shops, it don't make sense. Unless you wanna fuck your planet up, be exploited for the rest of your life. Poison the earth, the air, and the sea. If I was an alien living here on Earth, waiting for my moment to take over your turf, would you try to stop me? Give it your best shot. I couldn't be much worse than the fuckers that you got. If I was an alien who came from outer space, could you explain to me the behavior of your race? Cause you live lives of slavery, raking in the muck. Your rulers there laughing as they fuck you for a buck. If I was an alien living here on Earth, waiting for my moment to take over your Earth, would you even spot me? Can you see the dots? It wouldn't take much more to fool you bunch of clots. If I was an alien. If I was an alien who came from outer space.
We have come to visit you in peace and with goodwill.
Thanks for watching The End of the World. See you next week for The End of the World again. Remember, the planet's fucked, it's your fault, and it's getting worse. Have a nice weekend.